Zacchaeus was the poorest man in his community. Oh, don't get me wrong, he had a lot of money. What he didn't have was a community that cared about him. You see, back in the day, everybody belonged to a tribe or to a community. You were lost, you were a nobody if you didn't have a community to belong to. Now here's the thing, Zacchaeus had done this to himself. You see, Zacchaeus became rich by taking money from his own people and giving it to their enemies while keeping some of the money, for himself. There was no greater sin in all of Israel than the sin of a tax collector. And as a result, not even the other sinners wanted to be with Zacchaeus. They believed that Zacchaeus was under the curse of God, and you would be under the curse of God too if you were friends with the likes of Zacchaeus. You see what I mean? He had done this to himself, and he knew it. So what's a sinner like Zacchaeus to do? He does what the rich young ruler did. He went looking for Jesus. But the truth of the matter is, Jesus went looking for Zacchaeus. The Bible tells us that Jesus was on his final trip to Jerusalem. This would be the week they would nail Jesus to a cross. But before he goes to the cross, there is a man who is so poor that Jesus is determined to save him. As the lesson points out, Zacchaeus and the rich young ruler had several things in common. Both were rich, both wanted to see Jesus, and both wanted eternal life. And that's where the similarities stop. Notice that in the story of Zacchaeus, Jesus didn't have to tell Zacchaeus what to do with his money. Zacchaeus understood that if he wanted to be right with God, then he had to make things right with people. That people and relationships were more important than money. After his encounter with the rich young ruler, Jesus said that it was harder for a rich man to enter into heaven than for a large camel to enter through a very small gate. Notice that Jesus didn't say it was impossible. He just said it was hard. I like what Ellen White had to say in today's lesson. They saw how, through the grace of God, a rich man could enter into the kingdom. If we want eternal life, the way is easy. Just love others the way you love yourself. And that was our nugget for today. Again, have a look at your lesson. Leave us a comment. We'll see you tomorrow.